If you have an interest in the Braun Series 7 and the Braun Series 8, you're not sure what the differences are and how that affects the performance, then this video could be for you. If in the video we'll compare the features of these shavers, and I'll give you some feedback on what I like and what I don't like so much. And of course we'll get a shave on as well. And what I do is I'll shave on one side of the one shaver and shave on the other side of the face with the other shaver. I've already put together videos for both of these shavers, and the last shave that I used actually was the Braun Series 8. That was my last shave. There'll be links in the description to the previous reviews that I've done, video reviews, plus links to my website shavingadvisor.com for the reviews for these. So anything that changes with these, any updates, I can update the pages on the website, so that you might find them useful. The model numbers for this begin with 70 and 71. If it has this design, they're the same shaver, but they may just come with different accessories, a different colour, and the numbers can change based on what country that they're sold. Now the Braun Series 8 that I'll be using, the model number begins with 85. This is the latest version, and this is a slight upgrade from the last one that I used, which is an 84 model, but they're really the same shaver. The only difference was with this upgrade was that they improved this back trimmer on the back of the shaver. The same applies with the Series 8 as it does with the Series 7. The model numbers after 85, they're just going to be about what accessories the shaver comes with. There's some different colours that you get as well, different shades, and then also the country that's sold. You know that you're looking at a model that begins with 84 or 85, though, you've got the same shave that I'm reviewing here. I won't go into much detail about the cost because the costs change so frequently, and then also models differ based on what accessories they've got with them. However, I can give you a current example which will give you some kind of idea of what differences to expect. Now the Series 7 in the US costs around, you can get the cheapest one for around about $130. Now that's a standard model that just comes with the fabric travel case and no cleaning station. In the UK it's around about £140, 140 quid. Now the most standard Series 8 model, the price that I could get was around about $170 or around 180 UK pounds. But as a general rule, I'd say the higher model of the one down from it, so from 7 to 8, that there's usually about a 30% price difference. That's kind of a good reference point. But let's just get a close up and go into some details about the features and compare the features. Now an important feature, the cutting elements. Now the cutting elements of the Series 7 and 8 are similar in ways because they both have three shaving elements. They have two files on the outside, and in the centre they have a trimmer, and this trimmer section is designed to pick up stray hairs and flat line hairs or longer hairs. The Series 8 actually has an extra element which is a skin guard. However, unlike the Series 9 Pro, I can see how that functions, the one on the Series 9 Pro, but on the Series 8 I don't kind of see that. It's kind of hidden, but I won't go into that. I'm not sure what that is all about. Now when we look closer at the shaving elements, we can see that the Braun Series 8, that it's kind of a more tighter fit. It's kind of slimmer. Now I think that kind of slimmer fit is very useful for going under areas like underneath the nose area. And also with the Series 8, the outer edges of the files, they're made from metal rather than plastic. The Series 7 are plastic, so the Series 8 cassette is better quality. Now how we remove the cassette on the Series 8 is much better as well. It has a pop design. You just press this button at the side and that will pop out the cassette. That's very simple. Whereas it's still quite simple on the Series 7, but you've got to kind of flick or prise the top off it. It comes off easy enough, but I kind of just prefer how the Series 8 is. It's a better and more convenient design. Now another important aspect of a shaver is the movability of the head. Now the 360, that still has good movability because it moves back and forth and it moves left to right. There's plenty of movability, which is really good for shaving along various contours. You know, once we've got changes of contours, like going over our chin area or our jaw area. Now the Series 8 is quite different because it has this kind of locking head. There's a button here, and we can slide that button and it will lock or unlock the head. The head doesn't lock properly. it has various notches, but we can lock that into place. And that's if we want to shave along various contours, like say straight lines on our face, then we can unlock that and it will flex the head somewhat if we're shaving over various contours, like across the jaw area or over the chin area. Now, both the designs are very good. It's hard to say which one is best. Now in a way the Series 7 has a bit of an advantage. We've been able to lean left to right. Now the power, or how fast these can cut. Now Braun has a measurement of CPM, which is cuttings per minute or cutting actions per minute. Now the Braun Series 8 they say has 30,000 and the Braun Series 7 has 24,000. It kind of makes sense that the Braun Series 8 would have a bit more power or more cutting actions going on. Obviously that's something difficult to measure while you're shaving, especially if we're only talking about a few thousand. My view is once you step up to something like 24,000 cutting actions of Series 7, that's powerful enough. Now on build quality, I think all Braun shavers are built pretty well in comparison to some other shavers. So I don't think there's much difference between the two of these. They're both built pretty well and quite solid shavers, and they're going to last a good few years. Another important feature is ergonomics. Now both of these hold well in the hand. However, the Series 7 is a bit slimmer, and I kind of really like how this holds in the hand. It's a great design. Now the Series 8 is slightly a bit bulkier, but it still has very good grip, rubberized grip, and that still holds well in the hand. I just wonder if this design of the Series 7 is kind of better in some ways. I think that's just going to depend on the user. Somebody's going to favour the style of the 7 and somebody's going to favour the style of the 8. That's just another feature to consider among the other features when you're weighing up the pros and cons of each, and what you're likely to like and what you're not. Now if you find a detail trimmer that is important for shaving your sideburns, cutting your sideburns in, or catching some longer hairs, then these are quite different, because on the Series 8 you've got what they call the Pro trimmer on the back, and that just slides out. It's very, very simple and easy to use. Now the Series 8, the Series 7, that has an attachment, so you have to remove the file section and then replace it with the trimmer. Now it's a really great trimmer on the Series 7, but you do have to change that over. Now some people might find that an hassle having to change that over while shaving on the Series 7, while others won't. And other people like myself, I don't need to always use a detail trimmer for doing my sideburns because my hair is so short and I shave my head, so it's not always important to me. So in a way it's kind of not a bad thing that it's not on the body of the shaver, and because I don't always need it. But for somebody who frequently cuts in their sideburns, then that might be an issue to Series 7, and they might prefer the Series 8. So battery run time, there's not that much difference between them. The Braun Series 8 gives you a little bit more. It gives you 60 minutes run time, where the Braun Series 7 gives 50 minutes. So that's kind of a minor difference, isn't it? And that covers the most important features. But if you have any questions about it, guys, something that I haven't answered in the video, then just drop a comment in the comment section and I'll get back to you. Now the next thing to do is to get a shave on. So let's grab hold of a mirror and do a comparison shave. The kind of shave awards, and then we're going to put these two into battle. All right, so let's get this shave on then. So I'm going to shave on the right hand side with the Series 7 and then on the left hand side with the Series 8. I've got about 4 days of growth here. Actually, my last shave was with this Series 8. Yeah, I've got about 4 days of growth. That's quite a bit of growth. I mean, these can be used for shaving daily or every 2 days. 4 days is probably the maximum that I'd go with. Okay, the Series 7. Okay, Series 7 side done. Now for the Series 8 on the left side. Oh, that is just gliding much better on the face. This this head movement, yeah, that's just moving along much better. Okay, job done. Both sides shaved. So here's my thoughts after shaving. You could see once I switched over to Series 8, so I don't know if you noticed that I kind of felt more comfort straight away, and the design of this adaptable head just seemed to shave more smoothly. You know, it just went along the contours much easily, and I kind of noticed that as soon as I switched over. Now, an important factor is comfort. Series 8 definitely was more comfortable. Now, having leftover hairs, you know, I always get kind of some leftover hairs here and this area here. Now, both shavers did some of that, and both shavers, once I went over the same spot a few times, the Series 7 was fine. And the Series 8, when I got some hairs left here, the Series 8 eventually removed those. But I did have 4 days of growth. I did have 4 days of growth. So that's quite a lot, you know. I'm not going to get that on 2 days or 3 days of growth, but 4 days or more, then, you know, I'm going to get some leftover hairs that need cleaning up. But both of them fix that. Now, if you consider anything to do with the noise, which is the loudest or the quietest, I don't think there's much difference between them. Here's a Series 7. And there's a Series 8. The Series 8 just sounds like a higher pitch than the 7. That sounds more like a dood. That's a dood. I think the bottom line for me, if I wasn't thinking about how much a shaver costs, and I was given 2 shavers, and I used both of them and said, which one do you like? It would have only took me the matter of seconds to say I prefer the 7/8. The 7/8, the Series 8. And I was quite surprised in that comparison that I found the Series 8 much better the way I did. I know I did previously when I did a versus for my article on shavingadvisor.com. However, this time it's like, yeah, it really stood out. Now, one thing I noticed as well, the Series 7, when I switch it on, there's a bit more vibrations, or like a rattly sound and rattly feeling. I can feel it more in my hand. Now, the Series 8, I don't get that as strong, you know, the vibrations, it's got a hell of a lot of vibrations, but they feel more contained in the unit rather than vibrating in my hand, if that makes sense. Well, that's the wrap, guys. If you're interested in looking at any other reviews, then do take a look in the description. I'll put a website link there to review singular reviews for these plus the videos, and I'll also put a link to the page of my best shavers roundup. So every year I assess what shavers that I've used and rank which one's higher, so you can take a look at that page in the description as well. Now, as 2024 draws a close, I just want to say a big thanks to any of the guys that have been following the channel. I really appreciate that, and I hope you have a great ending to 2024 and a brilliant start to 2025. Now, don't forget, if you want to stay up to date with the latest videos that are coming out, do hit the subscribe when you get a notification once a video is live. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.